Hi, welcome in for 8-1 Fur. We're joined with Lisa Bolin from the Huntingdon Humane Society. Lisa, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
And you are not alone. You have someone who looks super cuddly. Who's with you?
Well, this guy is Spinner. He's actually my foster boy. He's been with me about 6 weeks now, and he's about 12 years old. He's a Cocker Spaniel mix. He's doing amazing compared to when we found him, when he had severe skin issues and ear infections and horrible teeth. But we got that all fixed up, and his hair is growing in nicely, and he's a sweet boy. Now, he is a special needs. He is deaf and blind. So, but yeah, I forgot to tell you that earlier. It's amazing how well he gets around. He uses his sense of smell to go up and down my steps. He knows when the treats are coming. He knows where the recliner is. I mean, he is just a really, really, really sweet boy that doesn't let anything stop him.
Wow. Yeah, I would never have even known, and I got to meet him a couple minutes before the interview. But it's kind of funny. So his nickname or his name is Spinner, and I said, does he spin around?
He sure does. When he goes to lay down, he loves his bed. He has an anxiety bed that he loves to lay in. It's real fluffy. And he will do at least 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes of spinning until he finds the perfect spot. And then he'll jump back up sometimes and then start spinning again. So he knows what's comfortable, and he knows when he's ready to lay down and settle in.
Wow. So Lisa, even though he is deaf and blind, do you think he'll be able to quickly adapt to any new home?
Yes, he has actually. He went to a potential adopter about a week ago. She did as a foster to adopt situation. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. It was more work than she wanted with her work schedule. But he adapted very well to her surroundings. And he knows where the water bowl is. He knows when it's time to eat. And like I said, he knows when the treats are coming, because his sense of smell really gets him going.
He's a smart boy. He follows his nose. So Lisa, what type of family do you think would Spinner be good for?
You know, a family with maybe a couple different people that he could follow around. He loves to be with his people. Right now, I'm all he has, so he follows me around and he lays on my lap. But maybe a couple other people that he could take turns with. But he really is. He loves my dog. He loves my cat. You know, he's just an all-around really easygoing type of guy.
Such a sweetheart, and I love that he follows you around the house. So Lisa, it is cold outside. We just had a snowstorm. What do you tell people that, you know, sometimes put their animals outside?
Well, I wish it's something we didn't have to tell people, but put them inside, keep them with you. Like we were saying earlier, if you're cold, they're cold. And there is a Pennsylvania dog law on the books that they cannot be outdoors for more than 30 minutes when it's 32 degrees or lower. So again, that's something that can be enforced. But I encourage people to, you know, treat them as pets and part of your family, because that's really what they want to be.
Yeah, and if people see something and they might want to call, you said don't really call the shelter.
Well, some shelters do have a humane officer, but our particular shelter in Huntingdon does not. So you need to call the Pennsylvania State Police or your local non-emergency police department to report any cases in the Huntingdon, Mifflin County area.
That is good information. Lisa, if people want to adopt Spinner, I really think he's going to get adopted. I got great vibes. He's adorable. How do people go about doing that?
Go to our webpage, Huntingdon County Humane Society, and under support, there's an adoption tab. You just click on that, complete the application. Now, we do have a couple applicants that we are vetting out and looking at for him, but he's going to find the perfect home, and until he does, he's going to stay with me.
You are taking good care of him. Lisa, thank you so much for coming on the show. And Spinner, thanks for joining us too.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll be back after a short break.
Studio.